everybody, and welcome to Top Comics through Pre-Order in a Flash. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our real quick show where we show you some of the biggest and best books that you can pre-order by this weekend. Your pre-orders are due Sunday by 9 o'clock, so head on over to infinityflux.net. Right now, you can follow along, you can play along, you can go ahead and make your pre-orders. That way you don't miss out on any of these awesome comics when they release to the stores in a few weeks. So really important you do that because we don't want you to miss out on the fun stuff.
Yeah, we feel bad for you.
We do feel bad for you. We a single tear. So let's get into this week's.
We're going to start with Doctor Strange of Asgard #1, and this is Stephen Strange's next big adventure. He is no longer the Sorcerer Supreme, and he's experiencing a bit of an identity crisis. So he travels to Asgard to see if they need a sorcerer, and Loki is there, willing to help, but there's a catch. And Doctor Strange realizes that becoming a sorcerer in Asgard is going to be more complicated than he thought.
I just like him wandering around looking for a job. Does anybody need a sorcerer? Next up, we have a new, really cool indie book called Pop Kill. And I've actually read this. It was originally done back in 2020 as a Kickstarter by Jimmy Palmiotti and Dave Johnson. But now it is releasing through Mad Cave once it, so the wide public can get it. And this is really cool. So it's about two competing cola companies. Each run by a former Siamese twin. Now they're separated and they have a brutal rivalry. I think they can even see each other's buildings and they will send any assassins, espionage people, saboteurs to mess with each other's company in this tale of brotherly love run afoul. So this is like James Bond meets that Jerry Seinfeld Unfrosted movie.
Okay.
It's a little bit of all of those, but this is a ton of fun, especially if you like crime thriller, spy thriller, but with a fun twist. Don't miss out on Pop Kill.
Next is Ultimates #10, and this is your first appearance of this universe's version of Namor. So Captain America and the Human Torch lead a team to recruit Namor. He is their old teammate from back in the World War II days, but they're going to have to go through the Red Skull gang first. And this is the group that I think we saw a little bit of in Ultimates #1 or 2, I believe. And these are the guys that have the little like Punisher-looking logos on their bandanas there, but they're red. So I don't know what the commonality between Punisher and Red Skull is, but maybe we'll find out in this.
Next up, we have a new book from Distillery. This is Defiant. And this is about your main character here, Sandusky, where he is heading out to space for the last time, but not for a good reason. He is going to retrieve his son, Devin's body, and uncover the truth behind his death. And when he finds his son kind of entombed in the wreckage of his ship, the Defiant, something is a little amiss, and this is going to lead Sandusky down a rabbit trail of mystery that will be a galaxy-spanning adventure and some, space warfare, all that kind of stuff. So if you're looking for what sounds like some pretty, hard case sci-fi crime, this will be pretty cool.
And next is Web of Spider-Verse New Blood #1, and this is going to be a lead-in to the upcoming Spider-Verse versus Venomverse storyline. And this book has 3 different stories with 3 new Spider characters. We have Count Parker, the Spider Prowler, and the Spider Hulk. Not sure what they're going to get into, but this is, I believe, is their introduction.
Next up, we have the return of Penthouse Comics. This is Penthouse Comics 2025. So if you were getting the previous series, you'll want to sign up for this one. It's a return of these really interesting crime stories is what mostly is in this. Very cool, very unique. If you think of something like Heavy Metal, where that is more like sci-fi fantasy, this is more like hard case crime. And we are getting the return of stories like Miss October and Gun Crazy, plus some brand new stories they have not revealed. They say it's like a surprise story and everything. So it's going to be really cool. It's supposed to be a good jumping on point for even the stories that have already started. So if you're a fan of kind of crime, noir, that kind of stuff, you'll want to check out the Penthouse Comics 2025.
And next is Uncanny X-Men number 11, and this is the X-Manhunt Part 1. This is going to be, I believe, an 8-part crossover between all the X books involving Charles Xavier, who has been spurred on to escape from Greymalkin prison and embark on a trip across the country. But what has caused this, and will his former students protect him, capture him, or kill him? We don't know. And in this one, Rogue and her team are forced to ally with their worst enemy in order to betray their most trusted friend. And we have NYX number 9, which is part 2 of this story. And Xavier's first stop is New York City. There's plenty of mutants there, but they want nothing to do with him. Will his return bolster the NYX community or tear it down? And what does Xavier want from the city, and what is he willing to do to get that?
Next up, we have a new What If in the Disney world. This is Marvel and Disney. What if Mickey and friends became the Avengers number 1? This is just a one-shot, but kind of doing the original Avengers number 1. In this, you're going to see how this crazy team of mashed up Disney characters became a team. You've got Donald as Thor, Mickey as Iron Man, Goofy as the Hulk, Minnie as Wasp, and Pluto as Ant-Man, and they're all facing off against Gladstone Loki. So, sounds really fun. If you've been reading all the previous ones, you won't want to miss this one.
And next, we've got Justice League Unlimited number 4. And this one says that there is a new threat that arises across space and time. The Justice League races to put out multiple fires while the mystery of whatever it is that's going on with Martian Manhunter deepens. And the terrorist group Inferno makes its boldest move yet as their secret leader is revealed. So we'll finally maybe figure out who are these guys.
And next up, I've got Absolute Wonder Woman number 5. So this is kind of wrapping up the first story arc of Absolute Wonder Woman as she's thrown everything she has against the Tetracide, but it continues to rampage towards the city. But she has one big idea left, but after everything that's gone on, she doesn't have the power to pull it off. So where will she turn? Someone, something, we'll have to find out. But I feel like this is going to be a big final part of this first story arc that I can't wait to check out. And that is it for Top Comics to pre-order in a flash. Thank you so much for watching. Head over to infinityflux.net right now where you can place your early pre-orders for all of these amazing books. Plus, there's so much more over there. Stay tuned for our show coming up on Friday. We'll be going over these books, plus their variants, and much, much more. Yeah, really fun week. So thank you all for joining us. And until next time,
See ya.